Hello, this is SSW, and in this stream, I really want to talk about air rifles and pistols and air guns in general. There are different kinds of air guns. Hello, Seer. How are you doing? Sorry about the misunderstanding last time. It was a misunderstanding from one of my moderators. You got mistaken for a troll. Well, you got to be respectful, Seer. Otherwise, they'll mistake you for a troll. Just be nice. That's all. That being said, I have a nice stream. I'm talking about air guns here. There are different kinds, and I can't show any because of, YouTube and it's shit. No. Because even air guns are viewed as firearms under YouTube rules. Not under U.S. law, though. Dickheads. Anyway, that being said, I'm going to have to use pictures instead of the actual guns. So, enjoy. Basically, there's an importance of air guns. For example, PCP has the power of a firearm. It's lethal. The weather's kind of chaotic right now. I gotta wait till the weather stabilizes. There's thunderstorms. It's that April year, Get that raining. You get that one time of good weather, but then you get the temperature drops a little bit, and now it's starting to go back up, but it's still around in the 60s. So right now we're in the 60s, and there's a thunderstorm tonight. And yes, I do, Seer. Yes, I do. But I'm not talking about that right now. Never did, but I got something better than that, as you know. I never got a refund. I guess I never got around to it. But hey, I got a Sig Sauer MPX semi-automatic air rifle with pellet rifle, For these, I'm shooting H&N Hornets, If you watch some of my latest videos, man, you would know I don't need a brake barrel anymore. I got a semi-auto. Air rifle, that is. Air rifle. It is not a firearm. But yeah. These pellet rifles are pretty powerful, at least in America, okay? I want to say to my British guest here, America doesn't have any restrictions on the power of air rifles because we have a second amendment, so it's a little bit different here. We don't have to worry about those breaking the laws kind of thing for air gun restrictions and stuff like that. We don't have to, because we don't have those here. We simply don't, at least not yet. But yeah, that's pretty much what we don't have, So we can have as powerful as PCP as we want. It doesn't really matter. We don't have the same regulations here, and it's like, and to own one, you don't need a license. You can just buy it off an internet site. Expensive, but you can buy it. You can buy the big bore air rifles, and the big bore air rifles are pretty powerful. They got firearm power in this country. Thank you, Iron Man. It's sad that I don't really like. I'm not. It's sad that your government really does restrict you in that sense. I mean, it really does. But that's life, I guess. You got to live with it. I mean, whatever you're working with, Um, but that being said, I'm talking about air rifles. Now, there's two types of air rifles, and a lot of people get mistake. Well, actually, there's three types. You got your airsoft. They're not real. Those are just toys. Your airsoft are toys. And then you got your air rifles, and they're not toys. That have firearm power, that are pre-charged pneumatic, which is PCP. Funny they call it PCP, like a guy on PCP. Anyway, that being said, I'm going to have to use pictures instead of the real thing because the assholes on YouTube are assholes and they consider anything that looks like a firearm, even though you let them know it's not a firearm. Dickheads. And then there's another class of of air guns, which are CO2 powered. They're called less than lethal. They're designed to cause pain. They shoot pepper balls or kinetic rounds. So there's two different kinds of brands of these. There's the LTL, made in Italy. There's the Umarex, which is a German company. There's basically, of course, there's Burma, and that's basically one of the best brands you can get. Only available in the American market, though, sadly. So true. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. I mean, 12 foot-pounds, that's less than lethal, I would say. But if you really want to... Oh, what a day, what a day. Well, something happened, Ain't that nice? Woo, isn't that special? Obi Doby. Okay. Anyway, that being said, yeah, that's pretty good. That's less than lethal levels. Now there's the Umarex T4E series, and as you've seen, I've shown the Umarex T4E. They can shoot pepper balls, riot balls, kinetic rounds that are like slugs. Like basically hard plastic with either a spike or a steel ball at the tip of it, depending on what you like. But yeah, there's the less than lethal category, and there's basically the PCP category, and then there's the airsoft category, which is basically a toy. But the other two categories, not toys. Well, I think that's what you. I mean, yeah, I think that would be pretty bad, especially from a larger projectile. That would be pretty bad. Now, there is something you Brits can get, and I keep endorsing this. You can get this on eBay if you wanted it. It's called the Sling Hammer. It's basically a repeating type crossbow. It's not a crossbow. It shoots like 12 millimeter steel balls. It's 14 joules. That's the kind of power that's on it. It's 14 joules. That's so it's called the Sling Hammer. It's a repeating crossbow. It only shoots 12 millimeter steel balls, and it's 14 joules, and that's pretty much the best you can get living in Europe. That and a crossbow, like a crossbow that shoots bolts. But the Sling Hammer is a good alternative, in my opinion. Oh, we're going down in viewers. How nice. Well, I guess. And why do you think they call me Slingshot Warrior? And why do you think I throw axes? One thing they don't really tell about history of, Europeans is that we started the whole axe throwing culture, and we actually introduced the whole tomahawk throwing thing to the natives. We sold boarding axes to them. We were doing like axe throwing like centuries before they were doing it. Basically there was Frankish throwing axes, which are kind of like a little bit lower. So I know the ancestry. I'm familiar with it, brother. Why do you think I like crossbows? Why do you think I like spears and everything else? I know my roots, brother. I do. I know. I've checked my ancestry, man. I come from a long warrior tradition. I even have a coat of arms. So that being said, I love the warrior tradition I have, and the one thing that I've seen that in England that's fallen out of favor in England, like knife throwing is still popular in the UK, but axe throwing it's no longer existent there. It's like they've forgotten how to throw an axe. And that tradition of axe throwing seems to be gone from England. So yeah, I am a descendant of English people, and I know that. Man. Yeah, it was more than that. I mean, the tribes used to wipe each other out. I mean, come on now. And basically, I'm a Christian, so I don't believe that you can be held accountable for something your ancestors did. Because I believe that we're all responsible for, whether we're only responsible for the actions of ourselves. As a Christian, we're only responsible for our actions and our sins that we have to atone for as individuals. So I don't believe in basically generational sins. I don't believe in that in any way. Amen, amen, brother. But the left believes in generational sins, but in a secular kind of way. That being said, I just wanted to point that out. Yeah. But I was I'm talking about air guns here, but I think I'll do a little interlude to show you how much I'm close to my roots. This is the axe that I throw, as you can see. Sharp too. Yep. That being said, let's get back to air guns, because I can't, and I really can't. We're just talking about air guns, but you want to see examples, pictures, and I can't show the real examples because of YouTube, you bastards. So true. If you saw the videos of me throwing it, I did 2 axe throwing videos last week. So if you want to see me throw it, I did pretty well. I mean, I was doing a lot of throwing. I mean, the first, you know how you have to warm up. There were a few misses, but I started getting accurate, consistent hits. It's like anything else. You have to warm up on it. If you want to do axe throwing or slingshot shooting, it's always you have to do a warm up. So you're going to get misses first, then you're just going to get hits. Like sticks. That being said, I have to use visual examples because, well, I can't use any other example. Or this one. Doing well. Doing well, brother. How are you out in the wire? Thanks for the thumbs up, everyone. Show me some love. Anyway. Now, in America, you can be anyone. I don't care if you're a felon or have any kind of record of whatsoever, and you can own air guns, pretty much. And that's pretty good. I mean, you can also own black powder and have no record or anything. And you can own air guns and stuff like that, you know. This is what the first less than lethal I got. It's the HDS 68. I do got to jack up the power on this. This is like 200 FPS. It's pretty low on the power. But yeah. But in America, you can jack up the power and just take out the regulator, and you know. But I don't want to do it unless I'm around someone who knows how to do it, you know. Oh, this one's nice. 250 FPS. The Umarex. This is less than lethal, by the way. This is the Umarex HDX 68. Great home defense. Like shoots riot balls, pepper balls, you name it. Good, man. I always say that Brits need to get back into axe throwing is more, you know. That is true, but you know my air guns are pretty powerful by American standards. I mean, one of them is one of my air guns, and I can't. Well, maybe I can show a picture of it. There it is. The Sig Sauer. This is 557 FPS. Sig Sauer MPX. This is the pellet gun I was talking about. It takes these internally belt-fed magazines, you know. Sig Sauer MPX is one of the most powerful air guns I got. It's 557 FPS. It takes like a 90 gram CO2. You can even adapt it to be PCP. So there you go. Sig Sauer MPX, man. Here we are. This is for the oh, I get a box for that. Over here. Whoop-oh. Don't show my butt. Here we go. This one's pretty powerful. 430 FPS. Pellet and BB pistol. This one's a pretty good one. It's the it's basically the Crossman Vigilante, pretty much. It's a 430 FPS, the Crossman Vigilante. It's a new pistol I got. There we go. Let's see. Since I can't use anything. Okay. Yeah. Oh, this one's a good one. This is now I have a lot of these. I have two Umarex revolvers. This one is my biggest one, actually. This is my HDR 68, I do believe it is. My Umarex HDR 68, it's 230 FPS, which isn't that bad. I've actually tore apart pumpkins with this, you know. Just around. Well, yes, because, you know, there's a lot of air gunners here, and we don't have – these aren't firearms under U.S. law. We shouldn't be treated like this, you know? It does upset me because I'm not the only one's been treated like this. You know? Yes, I do. Silicone spray. Best stuff to work with. And silicone grease over there. But let's show you what this is. And it's the manual for it. This this is it. This is the Crossman Vigilante. It shoots both pellets and BBs, but I prefer to shoot pellets because it's 430 FPS with the pellets. So you're getting 430 FPS. I mean, with HN and Hornets, that's lethal. I mean, that's pretty bad. I mean, at mid range, I'm telling you, that's going to be a HN and Hornets. That's pretty much lethal range you're talking about. A neck shot, it's a one-way trip to the Grim Reaper, you know. So true, so true. Iron Man, so true. I'm glad I got 4 thumbs up, people. I'm glad you're showing me some love. But yeah, I can't show my regular thing, so I have to show the manuals, which sucks. I can't show all the good stuff, you know. But yeah, we'll get some more. This one is, I would suggest never getting this one, the Umarex Origin. This is a terrible air rifle, and it was my first PC venture into PCP. I'll never get one again. I'll get a Hansen Shorty before I get one of those. Hello, Nomad. Hello. Now, I know a lot of you firearms guys say, well, those air rifles, they're bullshit. I can assure you the PCP ones, the ones, my Sig Sauer MPX is not bullshit. And neither is basically... neither is none of the basic air rifles, because pepper balls can still sting, and kinetic rounds. I mean, I've seen, even with the 230 FPS, I've seen it tear apart a pumpkin with some of these hard, rounds here. Especially, I mean, I've seen killer spikes do some damage here. And what I mean by killer spikes is this ammunition. This works in a similar way to basically like a Full Metal Jacket. It's got the spike in here. It's for 68 caliber, and it's got like a rifling on the side. And when it hits the flesh, the spike still travels. The plastic part falls off. And that's in one of my less than lethal. That's in my HDR 68. So these things are not toys. And a lot of people will say, they're nothing. They won't do nothing to an intruder. That's a load of crap. I'm going to tell you, these less than lethals hurt. You can see several videos of people getting torn up with Umarex HDR 68s and HDXs, and they do hurt. They're called less than lethal. Doesn't mean they aren't potentially lethal. It just means they're less than lethal. Just means that they won't be as lethal as, let's say, a lethal weapon, but they can be lethal with headshots. Really? Oh yeah, Tad. With the promo code TACFAM, that's all capital letters. And on Modern Combat Sports, you can get a 10% off on all your less than lethal and your basically launcher purchases. I don't care who you're voting for. Get the hell out of here, you fat schlub. If you want to challenge me, and hey, if you want to take the pepper ball challenge, Bergs, be my guest. I'll get some badass pepper balls for you too. Exactly. We even got like sound grenades, like percussion grenades. So those things work great in prisons. Really. Exactly, out on the wire. And now there are less than lethal products. Oh boy, Bergs. Boy, are you wrong. You won't be able to breathe if you got hit with the pepper ball. You're and being fat as you are, you'd be like, thank you, Tack, thank you. And I just want to say that these air rifles are good for you. Let's say you're a person that has that's been unlawfully involuntary committed, or someone put you on psychiatric drugs when you're a child, or you've been a felon. These are great alternatives that are necessary for people that can't legally own firearms. And I think that's a good thing. Crossbows are there too. Black powder in America. But, not in every state you can own black powder. So that being said, these things are great for home defense. I know a lot about the accuracy of a slingshot. You forget, I've been shooting slingshots for a while. Okay? You forget that, don't you? But I'm not talking about slingshots today, Brian. So stick on air guns. You may have disagreements with me, but today ain't that day. I'm talking about air guns here. And I'm talking about the different kinds of air guns. And even on the package, a lot of these air guns say, not a toy. I never underestimate my roots because I always return to them. Thank you very much. That being said, air rifles are awesome. And they're very good, especially if you live in America, because there's no restrictions on the power of an air rifle or an air pistol. You have no restrictions on that. They don't care in America. I do, Tack. I do. Because of you and because of your promo code, I got 10% off on that, on something I wanted for a while. I'm not going to lie to you, Tack. I wanted the HDX 68. I also wanted the HDB, but the HDX 68 was available, and I still got my eye on the HDB. I also got my eye on some of those pepper balls you were talking about. This time around, I'm going to get them. Nice. That's right, Tack. That's right. And it's thanks to you that you've improved my arsenal. So it's now before that, I was shooting slingshots, throwing axes, shooting crossbow, and bow and arrow. And I still do those things. Those still things are very important. But there is a place for air guns, people. I'm not just talking about less than lethal, okay? Let's talk about two major categories of air guns, okay? Less than lethal and PCP. PCP is quite lethal. Pellet guns can be quite lethal, okay? A pellet gun can be quite lethal, okay? I want to make that perfectly clear, especially with these H&N Hornets. Exactly, Tad. Depending on what state you're in, out in the wire, it depends on what state you're in. The further west you are, they don't care. Like I can go out to PA and have my pepper ball pistol, have my HDX 68 loaded with pepper balls and killer spikes because it's less than lethal. They don't give a crap. I can carry a taser or stun gun. They don't give a crap. Yep. And that's how it is. Exactly. I put nothing but H&N Hornets in the Vigilante. Not all 50 states, no. Depends on how far East Coast you go. Exactly. Now, I can get pepper balls in my state because there's a legal loophole saying that pepper spray is legal to own in Maryland. So that means by de facto, pepper balls are legal to own. You know what I mean? So it's like, I've ordered pepper balls before. I've gotten them. So. Yes, Less Than Lethal Dad. Great guy. I'm waiting for a new video of his. The thing about this community, and I'm in different communities, we learn from each other. And in the air gun community, they've learned some things from me, and I've learned some things from them. For example, Less Than Lethal Dad learned axe throwing. He didn't learn it, but he was interested in axe throwing, and I taught him I showed him that axe throwing can be a quite lethal art to get into. Exactly. It will kill. A Crossman Vigilante loaded with H&N Hornets is going to kill you. Oh, let's not forget that these have been killing people for thousands of years. Okay? Thousands of years. These bolts and arrows have been killing people. You know, the thing is about controlling weapons is this. It's like trying to ban weapons. It doesn't work. People have been using weapons to defend themselves and kill people for thousands of years. That's how it is. Yeah, that's a good launcher, Tack. That's a very good launcher. I like that launcher. And I got my eye on that too. Don't think I don't. Thanks for the thumbs up. But yeah, there's an importance for these areas. They're alternatives. Call me after the stream and we'll talk. Okay, brother. Let me finish up on the stream and I'll talk to you. Anyway, that being said, it's like, all right, I can end it. I think I've said what I need to say. And in conclusion, Air guns are a great alternative if you live in America, particularly, and you need to defend yourself. When you can't have access to a firearm, these PCPs are lethal, and less than lethal will stop an attacker. And it doesn't mean it isn't necessarily lethal. Like a headshot will kill somebody with a less than lethal. Just means that it's less than lethal. It means that if you hit the body, it's not going to kill them. Bye-bye.